Ah, that sounded more like the episode in Game of Thrones where Theon is surrounded in Winterfell by the Bolton men than an introduction. So I will say welcome to the channel instead of blowing that horn, but like Theon in Game of Thrones, here in Scandinavia we have a ruler who is in over his head, and it is the so-called King of Sweden, King Björn Ironside, as he likes to call himself. He declared himself king, and he lost the war against Sjælland, and he lost a war against me, and now he is in a weakened position, and I don't have a truce with him because the war we fought, he was the aggressor, and only the aggressor gets the truce, I believe. So we are going to take action against this so-called king. I mean, we could. There are the only war we have a valid reason to declare right now is Conquer County, and it wouldn't give us that much. And the reason that our Jarl Frej here is hostile towards Björn is because he's calling himself King of Sweden, and by extent he's claiming that, because kingdom titles have de jure territory, and he, even if he only controls a small part up here in the middle of the de jure kingdom, by claiming the title, he claims that all this should be mine, and we can't have that. Jarl Frej can't have that. So here's what we're going to do. To start with, just because Jarl Frej here, he is a poet, and he feels that what Björn here has done is ridiculously stupid. I mean, declare yourself king and then lose most of the territory you had, and doesn't have the strength to enforce his claims in any way. So we are going to send him a poem. You can use it to say good things about people, but in this case we are going to send King Björn a work detailing their incompetence, and there's a high chance that the poem is lauded, in which case Björn will lose opinion of me and he will gain stress, and there's also a chance that the poem is mocked, in which case Björn will gain prestige, because people think that our poem was bad. Send him a poem. Here you go, Björn. You're an incompetent ruler. King Björn Ironside of Sweden was humiliated, and he gained critical stress levels. And now he's, if it wasn't enough before, him losing the wars, losing his heartland and former capital of Uppland here to the Jarl of Sjælland, now he has been humiliated by Jarl Frej in front of all of his court. And what we're going to do next is get ourselves a claim on the kingdom title, which we don't have at the current moment, but I noticed that we do have some piety, quite a lot of piety actually. We are faithful in the eyes of the Norse gods because many reasons, but we have been raiding the worshippers of the naked man nailed to a cross down here. That gives us piety, and we have been winning wars and doing conquests, and our gods really like that. And in the last episode it was clear that Björn here had been able to declare himself king by convincing people that the Norns, the weavers of fate in the Norse mythology, had declared him the rightful king of Sweden. So if he can do it, surely Jarl Frej can do it as well. So in terms of the story, we are going to send our Hofgodi here, which is our realm priest, to one of the high priests or priestesses at the holy sites. There are some holy sites around. You can see these are the holy sites here, and probably it was the priests here in Uppsala who declared Björn king, and we will send our Hofgodi to them. They are now a part of Sjælland, this part of the land, but I'm sure the clergy is independent in some way. So we're going to send our Hofgodi to them. She will tell them what a faithful and great ruler Jarl Frej is, and that he should be the rightful king. And they will give him a claim on the title, and then the gods will decide who should be king, Jarl Frej or Björn here, who Jarl Frej of course refuses to call king. So in gameplay terms, we will use the option to buy a claim, which is available to us through our lifestyle tree. It is here, scholarship. We have sanctioned loopholes. You can use the buy claim interaction, so it means that we are learned enough to make up a story that the priests and commoners will believe that we are rightful king. We will get an unpressed claim on the kingdom of Sweden by doing this. Unpressed means that if we die without pressing the claim in war, we will lose it. But now I will buy this claim with my religious points here. Yeah, there we go, we have the claim. So Jarl Frej here, being a cynical guy, he doesn't necessarily, I mean, surely he believes that the gods are real. I think most people back in these times believe that the gods do exist, but I'm sure that he's not overly convinced that the gods and the Norns have declared him king. But what he is convinced of is that in the eyes of the commoners and people that matter here, the words of the priestesses and priests are important, and now enough of them are convinced that Jarl Frej here has as much of a claim to the title of king as Björn does. And before he can, I mean, his wife also died here, it looks like. She bled out after a lengthy torture session, So someone tortured his wife to death. No wonder he is stressed. He has been humiliated by a poem, and he has lost all his wars, and his wife died. And yeah, he hasn't had a good time here, Björn. And it's going to get worse. So it will only cost me 200 prestige to declare war for the kingdom title. Let's first take a quick look if there's any other interactions I can do. So is my construction done here? No, not. There's 4 months left building my longhouse, and I might need some more prestige during the war. So let's just get on with it. So Björn, if you say that you are the king, then surely you think you are able to defend yourself against the lowly Jarl down here. Let's see about that. I have claim on the kingdom of Sweden. Now we are at war. And let's call our allies. We will call our father-in-law. And we will call our new ally and friend, I'm starting to call him, Jarl Sigurdur. We have been on good terms for quite some time, and Jarl Sigurdur, our ally and friend, will also be called to war. And we shall raise all our armies, which will gather here in Västergötland, our holding of Lödöse in 4 days. Now they are gathered. So he will probably try to march down and siege our capital. If he does, I think I will. Jarl Sigurdur sends word that his forces are on the way, and so is our father-in-law Alfgeir's forces. That is good. So our champion here, Aki, is an organizer, so he's leading the march because he can get the men to march down faster. But I think in this case, with this much at stake, Jarl Frej himself will take command of the actual siege. He would want to be with his troops, leading them to the kingdom. The map. This is a new event. My spies have informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at the local tavern. The man has been spending large amounts of gold and bragging loudly about the great deal he struck with a fancy lady in pearls and silk. Apparently he drew a map of the local plains for an unknown noblewoman. The spies think the lady must be scheming against me or one of my subjects. So Jarl is a wanderer. He comes to my court with these rumors. And there's been some strange rumors and mutterings in my court about schemes and plots, and I also had a creeping suspicion about my wife being up to no good in the last episode, but decided that I was only being paranoid. And here are some more rumors that something wicked this way comes in to Jarldom of Västergötland. But still, I don't know what's going on. It's just that something might be coming. So I can thank this wanderer here for his report, and I will be more vigilant for 5 years, which will increase my chances of resisting plots. Or I can call him an idiot and throw him in my dungeons. But I don't see why I would do that. I have no reason to suspect him of ill intent, and he's just coming with information that he's heard in a local tavern. So what I will do with this information is for later down the line, but for now, thank you for bringing this to my attention. And here the siege has started. We are sieging down his new capital, because he's lost his old capital here. Our allies are joining, and it looks like Sigurdur is going to engage the enemy down here whilst they're trying to siege down Murder, and that's great of him. Really what I would have wanted him to do in this case. So, but here we have a new turn of event. It's from Chieftain Aki Rodgeirson of Sevede. He's my vassal here, whom I defended his lands from the claims of King Björn's vassal in the last war. He's just a 7-year-old boy, but what he wants is, I would be delighted if your daughter Asta could visit my court in Stegon to meet her peers. I'm inviting everyone of note, which unfortunately includes her. So I'm not too... I am not sure why he's inviting her, and even more why he says that unfortunately includes her. Does he have any relationships to her? No. So what he wants my 5-year-old daughter to visit him in his court. I'm not sure why he wants this, but let's think about how Jarl Frej would react. I think he would dismiss this last part here as some childish nonsense. It's just a 7-year-old boy after all. And he is a cynical, patient, generous and lustful man, so there's really not much to guide us in here as to what he would do. But I think that he's an important vassal, and he is inviting, I guess, noble families from around the realm to some event at his court, and he wants my oldest daughter to attend. And of course I'm not going to send a 5-year-old on her own, so she will go with her. Maybe she will go with her guardian, Botilder, who is an amazing fighter and a brilliant strategist. She's the wife of my marshal, right? So in Botilder's very competent arm care, I will send Asta to Stegholm. Yeah. Let's hope nothing bad happens to her while there. Yeah, look, he is chasing away Björn's army here. That's great of him. Exactly what I want him to do, while we are slowly sieging down Björn's capital. I don't think this war will be for long. Oh, I took King Björn's grandson while sieging, and that gave me a huge amount of war score. Yeah, he's worth 50%. So he could be our way to swiftly win this war. I will keep him in the dungeons for now, while we march down to engage with Björn's forces down here, which hopefully would be the deciding battle of the campaign. We've already sieged down his capital and took his grandson hostage, so I hope that our allies here will follow us into battle. Looks like they are. Oh, what is this? Cradled by death. When the midwife finally exits the birth chambers with a softly crying bundle in her arms, relief washes over me. Then I see the look on her face. I am sorry, my lord, Lady Puder. Words fail her, but the tone of her voice says it all. One life has been extinguished, but a new one has just begun. I must stay strong for my daughter. So this was the child I had with my concubine Puder, and apparently Puder died while giving birth, but Jarl Frej's Korp survived, and I will gain some stress, of course, because my concubine died. Such tragic beginnings for little Jarl. And we are marching to battle here, and it looks like our allies are with us. I am leading, as I think I will. I don't have any good commander traits though, but I think that the Jarl would want to lead, although it says they have a better army commander and better traits. I think it is Taiga here. Holy warrior, aggressive attacker, justician. Does it increase our chances if Aki of Bibbenberg is leading? Yes, it does. So let's have Aki lead, but of course the Jarl is fighting in the battle to inspire his troops. But he's leaving the actual planning and strategy to Aki. And here the battle begins. Oh, our allies arrived and decisively tipped the balance in our favor. Oh, my court physician got better at her job, that's good. Our champion chief Knut ripped the head of Flossie and became a berserker. So Chief Knut, I will take a look at who he is. Who is Chief Knut? It's not this. Could it be? No. Could it be this guy then? Shift and Vine. He's Chief Knut is probably champion in my allies' army. So we won this battle, and it gave us 15% war score. We are close to winning this war. Let's see what more holdings Björn has. He has the chiefdom. These are his only personal holdings, I believe, which means that let's just go and siege down his vassals then. It looks like a decisive victory for us, Oh, he's sieging here, right? Yeah, you march home. They will try to gather their strength back up here and... Oh, so can I reinforce? He's attacking my father-in-law while sieging here. I will try to make it in time to reinforce him. Will I? Yes, I arrived there in time. Oh, my wife is pregnant again. Our champion Aki wounded chieftain Rikulfur. Now one of our champions was slain now, but we are winning the battle, and he has to flee again. And now we have 100% war score, which means that we have won the war. And a lot of this is due to holding Björn's grandchild and heir prisoner. I could ransom him, but I wouldn't get any money, and I think that it is better to end the war quickly. Yeah, we have achieved what we wanted. We have showed Björn here that he's now king, and if anyone should be king of Sweden, it is Jarl Frej of House Coop. And our allies actually were a great help, especially Sigurdur here. So let's enforce demands. Westgitish claim on the Kingdom of Sweden. War lasted 12 months. So, of course, I will gain the title, and Björn will become my vassal. I will also get plenty of more vassals. Björn's former vassals will now be direct subjects of mine. So let's do this. In the last episode, our character here, King Frej, demanded that the so-called King Björn would sign his next offering of peace with Chieftain Björn the Mad as a way to humiliate him. And as you can see here, he writes, "To my liege, blessings upon you and your house. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Signed, Chieftain Björn, Ironside of Östergötland." I guess that is good enough. He really should have called himself the Mad if he wanted to get on my good sides again, but him admitting that I'm just a chieftain, you are the king, is good enough, so be it. And let's see what it says here. The Swedish court. As king, you have new duties and responsibilities. You will now be expected to regularly hold court, solving the disputes of the realm and letting your courtiers take part in your daily routines. Jatvad, which is my chancellor, is looking sternly at me in a direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps there is also some surprise in his eyes. He starts to unfold a beautiful banner bearing the emblem of House Corp. One of the ways in which the world will now judge your rule is by how you adorn and care for your royal court. I have taken the liberty to have this made as a gift to mark the beginnings of your royal tenure. Says Hjertvad, that is good of him. And my options here are, so I get a large wall ornament, Corp Dynasty banner, that's cool, and Corp House banner. Yeah, because we are not only the king, we are the head of a great house. And so my options to react to this is let them see their new king, in which case I will enter the royal court, or other matters called to my attention. So this royal court is part of the latest expansion, which is not that new, but I haven't played it before, so let them see their new king. I want to see what this looks like. Oh, here we are. Court Grandeur, level 3. Oh, I get more raid speed and a bunch of other things, which is really would come in handy. Here's my court. There I am, King Frej of Sweden, Queen Sif, Riksgårdi Ingfrida, and my realm priest. And there's Freya, one of my courtiers, Alfgeir, and Asta, Frey's daughter. So my daughter is talking to boy here. Maybe they will become friends. And here's Pyri, one of my concubines. Well, my only concubine since the last one died in childbirth. There's one of my courtiers, and a guest called Gryla. I wonder who she is. I will take a look at it later. And more courtiers. Can you zoom in or turn it around? And Bothilda, courtier. Right, this is cool. I like this. What's this then? Court Grandeur. So I have the option to there's all kinds of options with changing court language and improving the quality. Yeah, right, so I can improve the quality of fashion, lodgings, servants and food, which will cost me money to uphold these standards, but we are expected to uphold a certain kind of standard, I think. So we are now, it looks above our expected standards of court. This court is at its expected court grandeur level, causing no additional positive or negative effects. Alright, so we don't want to fall below what is expected of us, and we could try to go higher to get some bonuses, I believe. And what is this here? Court artifacts. Do I have court artifacts? Yeah, it's the banners, right? Oh, that's great. Cool, and I will surely try to get more as... Oh, I have no artifact claims. As the game progresses, I will surely try to fill this up. Can I? Oh, I can place my banners, that's cool. What's the difference between a house banner and the dynasty banner. Let's put the house banner there. Oh, look. That looks cool. And then we put the dynasty banner there, maybe. Oh, is it better there? Yeah, I think it looks better there. You know, you can see when you first enter. You see you have it on. Or I will surely take a closer look at this and all the mechanics that come with it during episodes, or in between episodes, I was meant to say. But this is my first look at Royal Court, and I really like it. I look forward to play around with it more. What's this? Oh, I could. Oh. Oh, I can move around here. That's cool. Throne view. Here, let's take a screenshot of the proud king here and his beautiful wife. This is cool. Right. And here's an option to hold court, but I need more prestige. I'm currently at negative prestige. I don't know exactly how that happened. Must have been that my forces were costing me prestige to remain prestige as maintenance during wartime. Probably. And also that I don't have enough concubines, but that's a recent turn of event. So anyway, we are now a king. And we have a lot of vassals, and we have court positions to fill and a royal court to explore. And all this we will start with in the next episode. So for now, we will take a break to celebrate the new king of Sweden, and I will see you when the hangover wears off and we can start managing our realm and our new kingdom. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.